Rodrick must have overheard me talking to Dad, because he told me I should follow him downstairs. You know how Rodrick had Mr. Huff, my history teacher in middle school? Well, it turns out Mr. Huff gave Rodrick's class the exact same assignment when he was in my grade. Rodrick dug around in his junk drawer and found his old paper, and then he told me he'd sell it to me for $5. I told him there was no way I'd do that. I'll admit, it was pretty tempting, because number one, since all of Rodrick's assignments have gone through Dad, I knew Rodrick got a good grade on his paper. And number two, it was in one of those clear plastic binders that teachers go crazy for. Plus, I had a huge stash of mom bucks under my mattress upstairs, and I knew I could pay Rodrick with that. But I couldn't do it. I mean, I've copied off of people's papers on quizzes and stuff before, but buying a paper off of someone would be taking it to a whole nother level. So I decided I was going to just have to suck it up and do the paper myself. I started doing some research on the computer, but at about midnight, the worst possible thing happened. The power went out. That's when I knew I was in some serious trouble. I knew I'd flunk history if I didn't turn in a paper. So even though I didn't want to, I decided to take Rodrick up on his offer. I scraped together $500 in mom bucks and went down to the basement. But Rodrick didn't let me off that easy. His fee had gone up. Rodrick told me his new price was $20,000 in mom bucks. I told him I didn't have it, so he just rolled over and went back to sleep. At that point, I was really desperate, so I went upstairs and grabbed a big handful of $1,000 bills and brought them down to Rodrick's room. I gave him the money, and he turned over the paper. I felt really bad about what I did, but I just tried not to think about it and went to sleep. On the bus ride to school, I took Rodrick's paper out of my bag. But I took one look at it and knew something was seriously wrong. First of all, the poem wasn't typed out. It was in Rodrick's own handwriting. That's when it hit me. Dad only started doing Rodrick's papers for him once he got to high school, so that meant this paper was Rodrick's own work. I started reading Rodrick's paper to see if I could still use it. But apparently, Rodrick was even worse about doing his research than me. 100 Years Ago by Rodrick Heffley. Sometimes I sit and wonder about stuff I don't know, like what the heck the Earth was like 100 years ago. Did cavemen ride on dinosaurs? Did flowers even grow? Well, we could guess, but that was back 100 years ago. I wish they built a time machine, and they picked me to go, to check out what the scene was like 100 years ago. Did giant spiders rule the earth? Were deserts filled with snow? I wonder what the story was 100 years ago. At the bottom, the teacher wrote, F. See me. I guess I learned my lesson about buying a paper off someone. Or at least off of Rodrick. When third period rolled around, I didn't have anything to turn in to Mr. Huff. I guess that means I'll be taking summer school for history. And my day got a whole lot worse after that. When I got home from school, Mom was waiting for me at the front door. You know that stack of bills I paid Rodrick with? Well, he tried to cash them all in at once to get money for a used motorcycle. I'm sure Mom knew something was fishy, since Rodrick has never earned a single mom buck on his own. Rodrick told Mom where he got the money, and she dug around my room until she found my stash under the mattress. Mom knew she never put $100,000 into circulation, so she confiscated all my cash, even the ones I earned for real. I guess that's the end of the Mom Bucks program. To be honest with you, I'm kind of relieved. Sleeping on that pile of cash every night was really stressing me out. Mom was mad that I tried to put one over on her like that, so she gave me a punishment. But I got that out of the way before dinner, by making Rowley help me clean out the garage. It was in one of those clear plastic binders that teachers go crazy for.
Teachers go crazy for. Teachers go crazy for.
Teachers go crazy for. It was in one of those clear plastic binders that teachers go crazy for. So I decided I was going to just have to suck it up and do the paper myself.
Suck it up and do the paper myself. Suck it up and do the paper myself.
Suck it up and do the paper myself. So I decided I was going to just have to suck it up and do the paper myself. I decided to take Rodrick up on his offer.
To take Rodrick up on his offer. To take Rodrick up on his offer.
To take Rodrick up on his offer. I decided to take Rodrick up on his offer. But I took one look at it and knew something was seriously wrong.
But I took one look at it. But I took one look at it.
But I took one look at it. But I took one look at it and knew something was seriously wrong. Mom was mad that I tried to put one over on her like that.
To put one over on her. To put one over on her.
To put one over on her. Mom was mad that I tried to put one over on her like that. But I got that out of the way before dinner.
Out of the way. Out of the way.
Out of the way. But I got that out of the way before dinner.